Hello, my name is Jasmine James, and I'll be presenting Stair Dance by Bojangles. Just a little background information and a little introduction to who he is. Bill Bojangles Robinson was born in 1878 and unfortunately passed away in 1949. He was an African American tap dancer, actor, and singer known for his groundbreaking contributions to American entertainment during the early 20th century, especially for his contributions for Black people or Black entertainments alike. He was born on May 25th in Richmond, Virginia. I have family from there, so that's a little interesting fun fact. He became one of the most influential and highest paid Black performers. He was raised by his grandmother, a former enslaved woman, and unfortunately passed away in November 25th. He left behind a lasting legacy in dance and American culture. Just a little snippet on why did I choose this dance specifically or this piece. One of them would be he evolved tap dance alike. So previously, before Bojangles got a hold of it, tap dance was performed flat foot, and he transformed it into being up on your toe style and shifting it to a dance of poise and a light step, so to speak. So it went from this to this. It broke racial barriers. He was one of the few Black performers who achieved widespread fame among white and Black audiences, which I would like to think that is like very amazing back then because it was very deeply prejudiced in the world, and his dancing brought people together. He collabed with Shirley Temple. We all know the little redhead. And in 1935, sorry, excuse me. And it was historic because he was one of the first African Americans to dance and hold hands with a white child on screen. And that shifted something regarding racial norms of the era. So, yeah, he became the first Black superstar, one of the highest paid Black entertainments in the country. His success on Broadway and in Hollywood was rare for a Black performer during the early 20th century. And he became a symbol of hope and possibility during an era of deep racial injustice. And for he paved the way for Black entertain entertainers, and yeah, people just looked up to him, and I believe they still do, honestly. He was an advocate and philanthropist. He donated money, paid bills for people. He helped build schools and community centers. He was known for his acts of generosity, especially during the Great Depression, where many African Americans faced extreme poverty. While, yes, everyone was hit hard, I believe African Americans, especially because they already had everything going against them, and just to be hit with this recession and this really bad one, it just plummeted everything. But he basically saved some families. He was also an advocate for racial equality in the police force, Dallas specifically, and World War II. Robinson's legacy includes a public park in Harlem, right here in New York, named in his honor. He became a symbol of Black excellence, perseverance, and joy. National Tap Dance Day is on his birthday as a symbol in his honor as well, and his name Bojangles became unanimous with charm, rhythm, and showmanship. I believe most, if not all, Black people know Bojangles, and many other people of different nationalities have heard of the stair dance. You may not know who's performing it, but I believe everyone at least once in their life heard of the stair dance. This is a video of Shirley Temple and Bojangles dancing. Unfortunately, it's not playing, but yeah, this is just like the video of that specific episode. This is my zoom in. With all things previously stated and considered, Bojangles speaks to me as a young black woman because he shaped the foundation we know today as the entertainment industry, and he shaped not only me, I'm sure, a lot of black entertainers. I believe it's important to recognize those in the past that have made significant contributions to the prosperity of black and African American people, for those who do not identify as African American. Back in those times where it was normal for white people to dress up in blackface and develop the stereotypes that are prevalent in this day, such as depicting black people as dumb, thieves, assaulters, seeing an actual black man perform art in itself instead of these horrendous crimes makes me smile because um, that shaped who we are back then and now. That shaped who people think of us as and stereotyped us as or continue to stereotype us. An art that only those that were privileged were able to have the luxury of doing, which was tap dance. My zoom out. This dance stands out from the others that we've looked at this semester because it's not modern nor contemporary. It's one of redefined light and elegant footwork. It also uses the elements such as stairs to highlight the importance of the dance. While we looked at other like Miles, who only used the space he was in, along with an additional dancer. And the time period itself is crucial because it takes place it takes place at a time where black people were viewed as entertainment, and it showcases the hardships that he has overcome to find himself on a stage performing for white people in a room filled with white people, even if that time that they considered black people as just entertainers and not truly people. He did not care about that. Robinson was doing what he loved, and he was getting applaud for it. The song he was dancing to, Swanee River, was written in 1851 by Stephen Foster, and it originates from blackface. And as previously stated, um, which was the source for the stereotypes and demeaning black people. By performing this song, Robinson is reclaiming and transforming its meaning rather than I want to say, well, okay, rather than perpetrating its origins. His dancing shifts from the focus of the song's racist past to black people's cultural contributions and is basically uplifting it. And he's, in a way, rewriting the song itself to one more beneficial for black people themselves. And in my opinion, it makes it more powerful. Where do I stand? Bilbo Jingles Robinson's legacy. He forces me to both shine a light and raise questions about where I stand in the world today as a black woman. His life reminds me that much of the ground I walk on was paved by someone who danced, not just for applause, but for dignity, for representation, and for an opportunity in a world that barely recognizes human, humanity. Sorry. Robinson navigated an industry stacked against him with grace and relentless excellence, yet he was still confined by the racism of his era. But that didn't stop him. He was just doing what he loved, and I applaud that because I too want to do what I love, and I know I'm going to be either the only black person in the room, the only black woman in the room. I know that I'm going to be looked at, judged if I'm not already, and it just reminds me to hold my head up high because of the people that were in the past where racism was deep and worse, then I can do it as well in the 21st century. And that's my end of my presentation. Thank you.